This is serious, very serious. I've always said it that there is more to what the eyes can see on this journey of justice for Mohbad. We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot. But this one, well, I want you guys to look at it yourself. The video you're watching right there is that of Yomi, Fabiyi, actor, who in a couple of months ago had injected himself into justice for Mohbad for a good reason. He said, look, we have to go on ground. A suggestion came up on a platform and Yomi Fabiyi decided to take on this project. He said, I will go to Mohbad's house and I will go to the hospital. Let us even see, rather than us analyzing, let us look and see. Let us do what the police is supposed to do. More like a private investigation. Immediately, Yomi Fabiyi got involved. Immediately dedicated his time because it's a risky venture, considering all that we have seen so far. Hell broke loose. He was able to gather some info and information that Yomi Fabiyi gathered. It has set some bells ringing in certain quarters. I've always said that it has nothing to do with Wunmi per se, meaning Wunmi is not the one running the show. There are certain people who do not want to be linked. Some of them are police officers. They don't want to be linked to the injustice. They don't want to be linked to some other shady events or shady businesses that could come up if investigation is done properly on the demise of Mohbad. These people, they might not be directly involved in the demise of Mohbad. No, they might not be directly, but there is no way that an investigation will be conducted thoroughly and they will not be part of whatever it is that will be unearthed. These are some of the things Yomi Fabiyi found out. They became worried and scared and they started gunning for his life. Yomi Fabiyi had to escape out of Nigeria in a hurry. He ran out of Nigeria on the 30th of September 2024. It was not a planned exit, as you can see in that video where he claimed he had slept. But now that he's out there safe, Yomi Fabiyi has decided to drop what I call bombshell. Let us listen to what he has to say. He said, it is better I say it. Don't forget to like and share. Do not forget to tap on the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell. Returning subscribers and those that have been here, I say a very big thank you to you. And to those that have tapped on the thanks button, the $ in that love icon, may God replenish your pocket. May your pockets never run dry. If you also want to be a part of this, you want to encourage us to do more, you can also tap on the same button. Still on justice for Mohbad. I have always said it, and I will keep repeating it. There is more to what the eyes can see. Let's get right into it.
That's information that they wanted. Somebody snitched the deputy commissioner of police because that is the only man I gave the coordinates. And the man phoned me on Bobai. Mr. Yomi, my officers are already in that place, but they couldn't get the person. Give us the name of the person directly. And I said, sir, I don't have the name. Said, okay, they will go back. And I told, we discussed on investor here, but she might get to Niton. Kinimos, class on your within 10 minutes, what you want me to know? And I've already seen them. Emike, there is man more undercover. I know them. So I don't trail me just about the protest. Until I got a very, very serious information that if you dare sleep in your house tonight, you are gone. What you want already? Yeah. Move I beat them. To beat more. Turn out in bush here. More with my church on my cab more. All the more lancing. Move fellow by. Go be. My lord, my church. Police station. Show the law. Musalo Sari and Woloruni. Teba me back bay. A Woliwa Sani and Wili Kakamo. And I didn't hide where I was. People were being confused money. More beginning on it. But my mind is there. And on that day, few hours later, the ticket was purchased and booked past 11, Lale. And I left. It's just few hours. We landed in France. That is Europe. mo ṣe video mo wà ní airport kò ṣá possible kí n ti wà ní airport láàrin 3 days before if when my ticket is saying I'm just on transit for a few hours. We need reason láti parọ́ because nǹkan tí mo ń ṣe is not about social media or money. Tówó tí tó bá yẹ pé èèyàn fẹ́ sanwó fún mi ẹ má rí mi sí owó tí mo nídìí ó ṣàwó ẹ má wò ó pé ẹ jẹ́ n deliver ẹ kọ́ deliver carry justice. Ibẹ̀ lórí àwọn yẹn máa wú. Some people will give you something serious. Kò ṣe eléyìí. We are just on operation. The few people that donated to Break the Silence Foundation, gbogbo wọn yẹn wọ 500,000. Mi ò lè wọnú bank because I got information on Saturday. Ó wà ń bẹ̀ mi lè wọ bẹ̀. I'm already on my way to Japa. Mo lè ẹ bá pè ń Japa. Mo kọ̀ yẹra ni. It's going to be wrong at this stage of my life. Because kò ń ṣe pé directly pé Yomi, I know where me team I want to want the kidney, but I know I will know very soon. And I've called on the president of Nigeria. He needs to get into it because they will know. National security, they will know. And they know who and who to quickly call and ask what is the status. Are you Shaile one the case any? Shaile one day. Tobati you are one year crew. Toti so poko nsha one year. One more bit tomati get I want to one day. Nobody can just jilo jiji. Ko wo pe okay o Yomi Fabiyi because you know certainly they will come for it and they will get who it is. It's only except it has the hand of government. So if the government is not there, then that is it. So it's not about traveling, walking over Ashembi. Me ni parties in Washe. Me long one be. Me ni ya won't be. Me ni Shembi. E come out okay, oh make him abo. Shemo Shengwa ni Mushi one Louis ni you're doing. So why will anybody think it's because of Mohbad case? Taba your age Mohbad kúrò nu years mo fi travel change lo ma gba mo ti travel almost 19 years Mohbad is just 27 years old. So it's quite appalling. I want encouragement. I want support. Let's come together. And you are neck deep for this. We will sacrifice. We have to go through some stress, some discomfort. But trust me, that is what this country needs. You know, well, I want you now. We can't be thinking about comfort always. And when you need to aṣọ tí mo wọ̀ yẹn náà ló wà lọ́rùn mi tí mo wọ̀ dé lóyìnbó ẹ kàn wọ́n pé ìwọ́dún bíi tí mo sùn yẹn ẹ wọ aṣọ yẹn náà mo fi wọ̀ lọ lóyìnbó tí n bá prepare ṣé mo ẹ mo yẹ wá ẹ ṣáà máa rí show mi tí wọ́n ṣe ẹ ráwọn aṣọ tí máa wọ̀ ṣé mi lè wọ̀ ẹ travel as Yomi Fabiyi.
100 plus people. Let's power tap so that the network of this.
Okay, message me. You can't remember me. Kini send the picture. Then send I love you. How old are you? Because it can't be told by anybody. So I want to know your age. I want to see your picture. Only was 17. They just want you to fall into the trap.
Please, I want to talk, boss.
They know they are using a wrong image. And when they say 17, to bati le baba sọ̀rọ̀ tó wà amorous, tó wà sexual by, they'll tag you pedophile. You already committed a crime.
Boss.
Okay, please go ahead.
I want to suggest that we should go offline. You and Bukky Jesse should talk about this person, and maybe when you sort it offline, we can come back.
But we need people to stand up for us too. We need to call. You have to speak to them. Emma Dasi LA. Because they should see this beyond Mohbad.
Yomi.
I mean that is share as one. No teamwork. Loma make sense.
Yomi, anyway, they want travel or buy. Bush anyway, they want lo school bag. Ni ko wà lẹ́yìn traveling bag. Emma.
Ṣé pé nígbà t'ọlọ́pàá pè mí yẹn, ntí mo ti plan, tí mo ti kójọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ló ní mi ò tí tú palẹ̀. Are you with me? Ọlọ́run ló ní mi ò tú palẹ̀. If not, ntí mo wọ̀ yẹn náà. Imagine Timothy be okay aṣọ protest to ṣìgbà kan òun ni number baba mi lórí. And thank God I was not my passport. Ó tẹ̀lé kan tí mo tẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ kid boss.
Yes boss.
Tell me tó funny.
Kini.
My Nigerian passport was meant to be expired in January. That is in 3 months time. I didn't even know. Me observe. 3.5 weeks ago, one of my friends, Shegun, phone, so he told me he was coming to Abeokuta, but I forgotten. So when he came, I said, Yomi, birthday àbúrò ẹ̀ tó wá fún. He now call me, Yomi, Mbolowa, ó yẹ kí wá sọ́fíìsì ẹni bọ̀ mo ní kí sáré yà síbí kí tó wá sọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀. But ọ̀rẹ́ mi jọ mo fẹ́ kó máa bọ̀ kó wá bá mi ṣe help kan mo ní kí nìyẹn. Ó ní party tó ń wá party àbúrò yẹn òun lòun tọ́jú ẹ̀ dàgbà. Pé so ó ń ṣe 40th birthday. Pé so kí máa bọ̀ òun ṣe MC pé kí máa worry kí n ṣáà kó máa bọ̀ kí máa help òun. Mo ní okay mo ní ṣé kò MC ń bẹ̀ ni. Ó ní pé ó wà púpọ̀ tí English nìyẹn kàn sọ. Pé òun nílé èèyàn tó máa pa wọ́n lẹ́yìn ìgbà kan. Mo ní okay no problem. Jẹ́ máa bọ̀. Dẹ̀ra sáré wẹ̀. Mo wọṣọ. I joined him within few minutes. Mo perform mo ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. The next thing báyìí ó dẹ̀ introduce ọkọ àbúrò ẹ̀yẹn sí mi kíní kan is an immigration officer kíní kan yẹn ní Abẹ́òkúta làwọn wà ń bí tí bá ní ìdẹ́ni àwọn tó bá fẹ́ ṣe passport wọ́n ní that's good pé how long ló máa ń take ó ní báyìí and then I went bó ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn mo kọ́ pé jẹ́ ìtì ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ pálí bó ṣe rí kíní tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ nìyẹn. And that was how I was able to renew the passport. If I did not renew, when you pray and you are prayerful, he will be directing your path. Because when your passport is less than 6 months, you can't travel. Now, sure it's why every time to move lawyer. What would have happened to me?
What if you want to seek for asylum? Sure, you won't be able to.
No, not this time, man.
If it's less than 6 months,
you
need
visa. That was what led to the death of Moladu Kekelewu. She wouldn't have died if her passport was 6 months and above, because she was already inside the embassy. I feel the form. My quality expire. We just feel date of Guinea and expiry. Nobody was paying attention to, is this 6 months? People don't really pay attention to that. You just want to write information, date of issue, date of expiry. It was upon submission, I want to say, madam, let's submit the passport to you. You go, hello, pada, kelo renew passport, kewa attach papo. Are you saying? So, even if you have visa on old passport, to buy then on normal VIPP, visa in previous passport. So, I don't know, say passport to me. Baba so lọ gba passport yẹn wọ́n ní kémi lọ print invitation wọ́n ní kọ́ lè fi invitation kọ́kọ́ address nìkan èmi lọ print àti Mọ́ládùn bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ pé Yomi ọkọ mi ẹ wo ẹjẹ́ ẹsẹ́ kí a ó kí lè lọ ìlú ìtúsí mi ò wà láìpọ̀ o mo ní mo ti lọ bá yín print àwọn ti send letter invitation mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo lọ print ká àárọ̀ pé a fẹ́ lọ submit yẹn àṣẹ òkú àti Mọ́ládùn la fẹ́ sìn. Ká ìtẹ́ lọ submit nìyẹn pariwo daddy ẹwọ́ ìyá la máa ń pè àti Mọ́ládùn ìyá ní bàbá sọ débẹ̀ tó rí pé ìyàwó òun ti yọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ létí ló pariwo Mọ́ládùn. People had the noise, they thought they were fighting. So by the time they came in, they found where get your new or bàbá sọ lọ́njà tó fi ṣe kíní. They don't know he was screaming that, and better have one. She would have traveled and
was she sick? She was sick, Abi?
No, she has high blood pressure. But unfortunately,
the health is not better or faster.
What?
Like Thomas Okwe, I want a medical issue.
When you have high blood pressure, anybody can buy anytime. What triggered her own was that Auntie Mọ́ládùn.
Okay, that was that.
Auntie Faliwerepe, they were in the house. Baba Sue and Faliwerepe, they are having quarrel. So, but Faliwerepe does not come to the house. Baba Sue believe pé bóun ṣe ń bá Faliwerepe jà yẹn, ìyàwó òun náà Mọ́ládùn ń bá jà. But Baba Sue mọ̀ pé obìnrin sóbìnrin tí Baba Sue bá ti lọ sí Èkó, Sébùté Mẹ́ta láti Ìkòròdú. Faliwerepe, who is a friend, will come into the house, they will talk, they will even drink. So when Baba Sue came back, because of he had collected the passport. Because Baba Sue lé àwọn passport office pé pálí yẹn ti ready o. Baba Sue sáré lọ gbà ní Ìkòyí. From Ìkòyí, he faced home. And he had to arrive earlier. Because bó ṣe lọ gba pálí before Koto closed in Ìkòyí, instead of coming back to the office, he just faced Third Mainland and went straight to Ikorodu. So by the time Baba Sue went to tell on by, Baba Tonshi gate, Baba Sue today, Musa, Kijo, kí Baba Sue má bá rí Mọ́lá Faliwerepe ńbẹ̀. By the time tó máa fi padà tó máa bọ́ta, kitchen dẹ̀ nìkan lọ sílẹ̀. Ibẹ̀ everybody máa ń gbà wọlé. bàbá ṣe ti wọlé so Fabiyi position is pé ọ̀ṣẹ̀ bọ́tà sáwọn lọ́wọ́ nìyẹn àwọn arẹ́rìn pé so ó máa ń wá bì because of that panic pé ṣé mi ti dalẹ̀ ọkọ mi báyìí tó máa pé àṣẹ ni máa ń yọ wá lólé mi ẹni tó jọjà tó pọ̀ tó yẹn because it was a serious fight then but immediately baba ṣe sọ he said he just overlooked it and that made the high blood pressure then ẹran tí baba ṣe wá gbé wá àsìkò àwẹ̀ náà ni bó ṣe lọ then drink kiri for coming she started frying again so that triggered the high blood pressure she would have been saved if not because of that little mistake ẹ wo lánàá ẹ má tẹ̀lé àwọn yẹn o ẹ bá ti fún wọn power ọmọ ilé làwa ẹ bá ti fún wọn power ẹ kò fún wọn lórí rẹ because they will still betray you mo dẹ̀ ti sọ tèmi síta so that is just the whole point so I am tired they will abuse you they will use money tọ́ba ti lówó wá lóbìnrin mo ti wà ń sìn mo wà sabbatical leave.
I know of one thing that can stop you, sir.
What is that one?
If we get justice.
Oh, of course, that one is automatic. That one is automatic. Stop. We'll jump into the next case. No, we are doing other cases too, but we'll jump into it.
I think
it's part of a sacrifice. Some people are involved. Then you tell that and bóyá a máa bẹ ọlọ́pàá ni pé maybe you just àwọn tó ṣe gangan face àwọn key ones àwọn tó kọ́ dá sí àbí tó lọ ń pè tó yẹn kí ni wọ́n wà yìí don't put this one as secondary because the justice it must prevail tá a bá ti dákẹ́ because ọlọ́pàá will tell them then why are you pursuing other crimes and criminals when you know you can't pursue this so we are selecting adúlù kan tó wà glaring báyìí nǹkan yìí lè padà di nǹkan tó máa jẹ́ pé ó máa affect Nàìjíríà gan ó lè da ìlú ẹ kọ́ máa wò díẹ̀ báyìí tẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ̀ nǹkan tá à ń sọ ẹ rí i pé bó ṣe ń lọ yìí ẹ rí i pé mo sọ but they won't blame anybody because n tó fẹ́ ni pé they want anybody to do something ahead of the police and they will come back and say can you imagine you didn't control this thing you didn't manage this thing very well you are responsible for the death of these many people and that is what they will not get from me until tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n push ara wọn to the world they will push the country and the state to that level because n tó fẹ́ nìyẹn pé do it, engage, do something or throw something out, and it leads into jungle justice and people putting laws into their hands, and they will look for Amatu twist here. HB can't want to say, HB can't want to talk since my signal is not arrow.
Okay, sorry.
Keep us. HB.
Kò tán síbẹ̀ o. Ẹ mọ̀ pé mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ nípa bag fún yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan.
Okay, you've spoken before now.
I've spoken before, and
okay,
in addition, ẹ lè wá bí kọ̀kẹ́ ní ibi tọ́rọ̀ kan yín lára dé kẹbẹ́ wulẹ̀ ewu tẹ́ bá bọ́lẹ̀ kẹ tó wọ padà ẹ máa wo anything can happen o.
I know, I understand. I will increase my security when I get back to Nigeria.
That's it, boss.
But when the coast is clear, and when I mean coast is clear, politically, I'm sort the issue me. So, my own case will be sorted politically.
When the coast is clear, we pardon.
They can't only because they pay me anyhow.
Sorry, why?
Cannot really on my yellow. Timothy Tatu here.
Why?
You understand? Yeah. So it's just like what happened between Bobrisky and his friend. See, video Mubejade. So I don't know. I don't just want us to feel that somebody is bashing you or bashing us.
Kid boss, let me add to what King Entertainment have just said now. Kò ń ṣe wípé ìyá Mohbad ń pretend. Ẹ get kò ń ṣe pé ìyá Mohbad ó dùn mí pé join life yẹn nígbà tí mo sáré send message yẹn sí yín. Kò sọ pé ìyá Mohbad ń pretend. Ìyá Mohbad mọ gbogbo òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀. Ó wá ń gbé Wunmi ẹ máa gbọ́ ó wá ń gbé Wunmi ṣépè wípé tí o bá dà mí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tá a jọ sọ ò ní ọmọ mi láyé yàtọ̀ sọmọ tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yìn ò dẹ̀ ní fẹ́ ọkọ mi yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, mo gbọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ yà.
Ò dẹ̀ ní fẹ́ ọkọ mi ojú Ọlọ́run ló máa wò lẹ́yìn ọmọ òun tó o bá da òun. And Karimo knew of all this. Karimo came up to testify to this. Karimo wá ń sọ wípé gbogbo nǹkan tóun gbọ́ tóun rí lọ́wọ́ nìyẹn lòun fi sọ wípé ká fàyà Mohbad mọ́ra nígbà tí èṣù kékeré sáré wọ àárín wọn ẹ̀. Are you guessing it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Hey.
onímọ̀ nǹkan kan náà la ṣe ń sọ nǹkan tá a ṣe ń sọ ni pé ìyá Mohbad ó mọ true nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ torí pé ó mọ true nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ but torí pé kọ́ má bàa pa òun àti àwọn ọmọ òun tó kù ló ṣe ń pretend
she says so wọ́n sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà she says so tí Bukky Jesse play ẹ̀ she said òun ò lè jẹ́ kó pa òun.
náà nísìnyí àwọn tí Wunmi bóyá ó ti gbọ́ so òun ló ṣe sọ pé woman yẹn kò sí in a safe place torí nǹkan tó play jáde
yẹn. What triggered BJ to play that audio?
After this stuff, I will post. Okay, I will go into my backup account. I will post the threat messages. Don't send see the other lady. I will have no choice than to ask. Bring it out. No.
Don't need that. Don't bring it.
I'm not worried. Oh, wow, okay. So that when they know the level of threat to everybody.
Ẹ má worry. Ẹ bá wa ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ gbogbo
yìí. Nǹkan tẹ̀ ń sọ yé wa but we are your team.
Ṣebí àwọn sọ fún yín pé
we don't bring it out. Leave them.
Again, so this is tí mo ṣe fẹ́ ṣe.
Okay.
A lot of people, their life is at risk. See, bá dẹ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Àwọn higher authority ò ní dìde sí o.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, other people's life needs to be saved.
Okay. They can still come for me where I am here. So only about Masha Kutole, I just to say me no abi. So tell about life to me why important. What about those people? This ordinary kiniko was only killing me. One trying to call the straight line to some other. And the next thing, the guy he didn't even respond, he didn't do anything. Now, tell me, I don't know how to make if life me shesa, if you check call him because I won't be able to talk again. But so this guy minute, let me talk about Batilo. Oh, they don't see mommy me to what. Check me to you, for more. To buy a plan, come on, travel. So I just bye for more to mobile by Miller.
Mr. Yomi, can I just come in, please? Sherry, it is good this happened tonight. Yeah. Tiko Bashele Bailale. People will not really know what other people were going through the end. It got to a point, to God who made me, I was about shedding tears for Mohbad. We pay the kind of pain to woman go through. It got to a stage, and
entertainment, please mute, please.
The point, she said, me le blame me mama, me ba sọ pé nígbà tí gbogbo nǹkan ìtẹ́ ọkọ̀ délẹ̀ kí yẹn tó yẹ kẹ́ ti mú mi kẹ́ ti fà láṣọ kẹ́ ti fojú ẹ̀ gbolẹ̀ bóyá kò ní máa fi ń ṣakọ yìí ìyá ẹni kí n ti fojú ẹ̀ gbolẹ̀ kémi náà ti kú bọ́mọ mi ṣe kú. tí mo sì ní àdúrà tí mo sì ní blessing ó dàbẹ́ mọ̀ wọn tá à ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó dàbẹ́ mọ̀ wọn tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
ó ní kí n mú Wunmi kí n gbòjìgìjì ó ní ṣe ká ní pé òun náà ti kú kóun lè kú bọ́mọ mi ṣe kú.
ó ní ká ní pé kọ́ ó ní kémi náà ti kú bọ́mọ mi ṣe kú tí mo sì ní àdúrà tí mo sì ní blessing. Ó ní mà wọn tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ yìí ṣá.
Gbogbo wa ta wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn.
Maybe that is one of the reasons why even Iyabo take a
so when Bryce said this pé.
The journey so far. Well, Yomi Fabiyi is safe where he is, and he has made it clear that he's not backing out of this justice for Mohbad, that he just needed to take a time away. He said if he had not left when he left, if things had worked against him, he said he would be 6 feet under the ground. 6 feet under the ground. That speaks volume. I mean, it tells us how wicked, how evil. In fact, at times, one will wonder the audacity of these people. Who are these people that Yomi Fabiyi is not willing to 100% say? But we know, as you can see right there, the picture, the thumbnail, these are the people. Whoever it is that you see in that thumbnail, just bear in mind that these are the people who are hell-bent on shutting justice for Mohbad down. One way or the other, they have shown themselves through their stand, through their action. There's nothing they've not done. They've done a lot. I mean a lot and a lot of things. They have threatened. They have arrested. They have rejected refused petition. They have been seen with Wunmi constantly. So we don't need to think too far about it. We already know those who have vested interest in anti-justice. We already know them. Yomi Fabiyi said he had to escape. He said if he had not done so, already they knew that there is going to be a gathering at the Lagos State House of Assembly. They knew already that that gathering was going to happen, but they felt that if they had found a way to abduct Yomi Fabiyi earlier, there will be no way for that gathering to hold. To them, if we nip it at the bud, if we arrest who we need to arrest, if we carry out this job, there will be no justice for Mohbad protest or whatever. There will be nothing. It will simply be a thing of the past. Then we'll be talking about how do we get Yomi Fabiyi out? How do we get Yomi Fabiyi out? But because luckily for him, he had spotted these anomalies. He has spotted whatever it is. He had suspected that something strange is going to happen due to the manner, the swift manner at which many of these people who he believes should not know his coordinates, should not know where he is, how they swiftly could find out where he was and where he is. So he knew that something is wrong and that he needed to act very, very fast. He knew that he needed to do something. And the best is for him to get out. Obviously, they will want to get his mobile phones, gather all of the evidence that he has, and they will do away with it. That's what they are interested in. And they will also threaten him. They will also lock him up for a while. Maybe he will then have to get a lawyer. Then they will come up with some extraordinary petition. Then you will realize that certain persons will come up all of a sudden and claim that Yomi Fabiyi had molested him or her. And then we'll be talking about that. Oh, Yomi Fabiyi. Oh, Yomi Fabiyi. This is how these guys operate. They are desperate. But the thing is this. All their act of wickedness is glaring. It is glaring for everybody to see. That is the wonder of it. It is so clear. It is easy to follow. You don't need to have a degree in rocket science. You don't need to have taken too much time to study, observe, study, observe, study, observe. You don't need to have studied it for too long. Merely looking at it from afar, you will come to that conclusion that these people, they are covering this because of certain people. You hear what Yomi Fabiyi said? He said, I have spoken to the police. If we have to tell them, if those so-called sacred cows, if they don't want them to be touched, since they are not directly involved in what happened to Mohbad, it's okay for me. Let us deal with the person or those people that we know are responsible. Let us leave those sacred cows, those people that are afraid that should justice for Mohbad proceed to a point, should the investigation go deeper, then there will be problems. There will be problems, huge, big problems. There will be problems, large ones. Big problems will happen. So he said, we can have a deal with the police. Let's crop those people off. Now, if we look at it, who are these people? How is it connected to Mohbad? How is it connected to Wunmi? This brings us back to what Karimo said about certain hard substance put in Mohbad's back, packed by Wunmi, and the journey to Kenya is with Sam Larry. Sam Larry, Obelegushi's boy, although he said he doesn't know, and of course, people can carry out their own criminal activities using the name of a known person that they have taken pictures with or they have, they've associated with in a way. But that does not mean that certain sinister things cannot be going on under the ground. That someone is king does not mean that the king cannot be involved in certain, activities. A lot of things. Being king, being a political office holder, appointee, whatever. A cleric, a religious cleric, it does not matter. Being celebrated, famous, whatever, a celebrity, does not mean that that person cannot be involved in wickedness. Look at what has brought everybody together. The demise of a young man that people barely know in Nigeria, whose song has not gone that viral before his demise. But the day he passed away, the world is talking about him. People are aware of him. The whole of Africa is aware that something happened in a little spot in Lagos, Nigeria. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Now, this demise, the reason I believe that it is taking this long is because there are certain people, certain things that needs to be looked to. Once it seems as if everybody is kind of getting frustrated or tired about it, someone will come up again to raise the fire. Yomi Fabiyi wasn't there actively at the beginning, although he was somehow like once in a while he would come in. But immediately it appears as if things were beginning to look like a bit stagnant. He came into it and brought light again into it. So now he's somewhere keeping himself safe. Imagine if he didn't have access. Let's say he didn't have visa or he didn't have resident permit. Imagine if he did not have a resident permit, maybe a permanent resident somewhere in the UK or somewhere. How would he have been able to get out? And he even talked about his international passport. He said everything works together for good. That his passport was about to expire 6 months. They would not have been able to travel. They wouldn't have been able to travel if not that he had already renewed his passport. So he just dusted his ID, his resident card. He dusted it, booked a flight, and he disappeared to reappear later. Drop your comments about this. See you guys in the next update.